Hello, people on YouTube. Welcome back to another Loser's Kids special. It's a Friday that this weekend, like every other weekend for the last 6 months, this car is getting torn apart again. But this time, we're doing big boy things. We're going to be, hopefully, pulling this windshield. This thing is destroyed. But I finally found a way to get another one for pretty cheap. So we're going to pull this one. And also what we're gonna do is we're gonna pull the dash out because there's some stuff I forgot to do behind it. I gotta swap the dash harness from S4 to S5 so my gauges work. I have to install a heater core because my heater core delete is kind of shitty, so I think it's pulling in air and causing bubbling in the coolant system whenever it gets warm. At least I really hope it's that, or else it's coolant seals, which we're also going to take this radio out and put in. I have I don't know if it's S4, S5, or if it's a special edition radio. The other one's got like a CD player, a cassette player, and like some other equalizer stuff. So hopefully by the end of this video, this car will have no windshield. It will have heat of some sort, a working radio, because I also bought speakers, because this car never came with speakers, so I bought speakers off Amazon. Hopefully these gauges should work, which should eliminate the need for these fucking, at least this temp gauge. I'll probably still keep this because my rear body harness is fucking destroyed and shorted, so that will never work unless I replace it, which I need to do. Hopefully we should be bumping tunes, bumping some heat, bumping some defrost, and get rid of this fucking thing. Make it look a little bit less like a demo derby car, and you know, clean up the pinch welds and stuff too while we're in there, just to make sure this car stays as rust free as it currently is, which is not super rust free, but more rust free than my Toyota I used to own. This, however, does seem like a great camera angle for removing the center console, so we will do that now. That feeling when the only 13 you have is half inch. That feeling, that time when the only 13 you, and when the only 13 you're having is the got all that out. Stripped all this apart again. Fuck. God damn it, stop doing that. Alright. Yep. Oh yeah. Let me get out. Here, we're gonna sit on top of here for now. Thank you. That's crazy looking, huh? The damn garage is trying to fly away, but we got the windshield out, obviously, and I've been scraping the putty, scraped all the putty off. Now I'm starting to wire wheel it. There's a little bit of rot up in there, a little bit of rot over here, and some right there. But other than that, good. I'm glad I tore it out so I could deal with that rust before it gets worse. And next, I guess we pull the dash once I'm done wire wheeling, and I'm gonna sand all the rest down and take care of it. Here we have the heater core that's going back in the car. As you can see, it has a slight problem. This tube looks totally fine. And this tube is very mangled and bad and would leak like a sieve. So what I'm gonna do is I have that tape line, and I'm gonna cut on that tape line with the angle grinder, and then flare it back out. I have a flare kit, and then hopefully I should be able to get a heater hose on there, and hopefully it'll hold coolant and pressure, and hopefully the car will have heat. There we go. I'm gonna grab some. Okay, so you can see it's still not totally round, but I'm hoping that the flare tool will kind of straighten it out a little bit. It'll squeeze it in a proper circle, right? And that one's not a perfect circle either, but you know, it should take a fucking coolant hose, a heater hose, you know. I also got the dash out, and I think we'll be able to make my gauges work, the actual gauge cluster, because the dash harness in this dash is an S4 dash harness, which, according to my guy Jeff, who knows everything there is to know about these cars, if you have an S4 harness between the ECU and the S5 ECU and the S5 gauge cluster, as you can tell by the green tape, this is all S5 stuff, then your gauges won't work. So I'm going to get an S5 dash harness, and I think I might already have one. I'm not sure. I know I have some S5 harness up there. I'm not sure if it's the dash harness or window harness or what. So hopefully we'll be able to swap that out and get a working gauge cluster and stuff out of this too. And I gotta wire up radio, speakers, whatever else. Okay, go that down there. I got the dash all wired up with S5 harnesses, some dryer ducting, just connecting my defrosters because I really don't care if the defrosters work in this car, as it's gonna be rain low power period correct drift car, you know. I got it mostly put back together. You'll however notice there's no radio in it, and that is because I can't figure out how to wire up that radio properly. I can't find wiring harnesses or diagrams or anything online. I'm gonna just put the rest of the car back together, get the windshield back in, hire someone or find a friend or something that knows shit about radios, because I don't know shit about radios or wiring. Have them figure it out, because, you know, I can't figure it out. But the dash now has a full S5 harness, which is cool. A lot more of the plugs actually worked and plugged in because it's an S5 chassis harness. And now hopefully blinkers and stuff will like have power at least. Again, my rear harness is shot, so I don't think those will work, but at least I have the fucking blinker stocks hooked up and everything. And my heater core should work now. Everything's plugged in there. I pressed the buttons, it made little noises and stuff. So finally found a set of the matching mirrors I've been wanting. They're just vert mirrors, but they're like sport trim or vert mirrors. The ones I had were S5 ones, and they fucking are ugly. And this car is just a hodgepodge of parts. I don't know. I don't think any of it's factory stuff. So we're going with vert mirrors. So I sanded them down. Now I'm gonna hit them with some primer. See how much bodywork they need, you know. This passenger seat has never actually been mounted in here because it's not a passenger seat, it's a driver's seat out of a vert, which are apparently very different. I thought that they would be the same, so I got it because the factory coupe ones have like this little round bit and you can't use the harness with those, so I was just gonna chop this headrest off so I could use harnesses. But the rails are apparently very different, driver's side to passenger side. So
right now what I'm doing is I got the rails marked up. I'm measuring what the difference is between the two and how this needs to be mounted in here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to a store, grab some bolts or wire. Not Home Depot though, because Home Depot just charged me $12 for 3 bolts, so I'm pissed about it. But I'm gonna get some real long bolts, because this side has to be lifted up 1.5 inches, I learned. So I'm gonna get some bolts that are way longer than this and enough washers to stack up 1.5 inches. And just stack washers.
No, it's not the proper way to do it, but I just want the seat to actually, I just want to know that the seat will actually fit in here so I can recover it with the recovering material that I bought for it before I do all the work to this, and then I find out that it will never actually fit in here, you know? So I'm gonna go get that, I guess. I'm sitting in the seat and it is mounted. Okay, I'm gonna end this video now. I got the seat recovered and put back in. It's looking great. I'm very happy with it. I also got the dash and everything put back in and put back together. The heater core in and all set up, and we got dash back in, the windshield pulled, seat recovered. So I'm gonna call it for now, get this video out. Next video should be getting the windshield back in, doing some maintenance, and then hopefully driving it. Maybe doing a little alignment, some other little bolt checks and stuff. Yeah, hopefully next video will be this car running, driving, working awesome. So yeah, like thanks for watching, and hit the subscribe and the like button and the comment button and the thumbs up and button, and even you could even hit the thumbs down button, really, like, you know, however you feel, express your opinions, you know. See y'all in the next one. Peace.